what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready for round 8 of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Manufacturer Series on Gran Turismo Sport. Now we are racing at Red Bull Ring for 16 laps, and today's weather is going to be on a clear sunny day. Group 4 racing category will be good to go, but this wheel might have the tire regulation will be given well choice to be set up to be ready to go. So before enjoying watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy anytime you want for the entertainment. So let's go and get ready to race, and let's get it started. Choosing up the required tires for the race is going to be quite well determined, folks. Whenever we have to go with any types of compound racing tires, it's going to be quite doing excellent to keep it well endure. Doing the upper hand skills is going to be quite taking the importance to go with the racing soft tires. Just going to make sure to choose any tires by the choice, but this is going to be quite getting started out to begin. Timer starts in 3 seconds, so best of luck to all of us, and let's get prepared. Here we go, folks. It's round 8 of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Manufacturer Series. Now let's go for the drivers with the vehicles, and this is going to be quite very excellent with the liveries. Cape Muncher 777 takes first place in the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Avio Yost 3000 takes Hyundai Genesis in second place. QJ Hawk 92 takes third place with his Honda NSX Group 4. DB_22_ Racing in the BMW M4. Narc Wolf in 5th place in the Ford Mustang. Rickers 1990 in 6th place in the white Ford Mustang Group 4. SGT Paul Airborne takes 7th place in the Lexus RCF. Brightis 311 takes the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport in 8th place. Striker's Joy in 9th place in the white Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport. Locktoe's Ascent in 10th place in the McLaren 650S Group 4. Sir Alman 87 in the Audi TT Cup 2016. Iron Butterfly 69 is taking 12th place in the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. 13th place is myself in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 4 in Sport Tech Library. Arcade Carl Texan in the Jaguar F-Type in 14th place. Y395 in the red Ferrari 458 Italia in 15th place. W2 Tiger Boys in 16th place in the Audi TT Cup. Real Daddy T takes 17th place in the BMW M4. 18th place is R4M Bubbles in the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. 19th place is RDF X100 in the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport. Now it's going to be quite going on for the sunset to be in Red Bull Ring, folks. Taking on the rolling start to be all wrapped up to be ready to go. Hope this wheel might have that tires to be well recommended to be chosen to be getting started for the race. It's going to be quite very determined to choose which type of the tires are going to use. And here we go, folks. This race is about to be going in to be hitting on the green light, and we are going underway. This is going to be a one excited clean race. Wheel might be taking a good chance to drive faster it takes, but it always going to be having different conditions by the time we're always going to be prepared to do it. And there goes the yellow flag to be called in on the first turn. It's going to be quite very slightly in for it. Ogia Cali Texan is passing in to be drive faster it takes. It's going to be quite doing the hard time to see that which driver is that we might be mistaken in onto the first turn. But here comes the second turn. It's going to be quite coming in onto the approach. Just going to have to brake properly, but it's going to be quite very risky to give some few space. And oh man, this is going to be quite getting a lot of pressuring in for myself, folks. Looks like Stark Wolf is now definitely might be going in onto 14th place to catch up with the rest. This is going to be a long chase, that this is going to be quite taking a few battle to have the Group 4 car is going to be pushing up on the limits. And oh man, it looks like this is going to be quite see here folks. Abio Yo 3000 is definitely might be dropping down onto the bottom position, is going to be depends on in 18th place. This is going to be quite taking that good recovery to be well checked to be on the view of the course map on the top right. Now it's going to be quite getting closer to see it. This is going to be a fierce battle between the oversteers of the FR and MR is going to be getting in onto the top rush, is going to be quite getting closer it takes. Just going to have to take plenty more distance to be well performed to going in to take that final turn to be getting slightly in onto the hard right. It's getting a little bit closer. And this is going to be quite taking on for the end of the first lap. Now going into the second lap is going to be quite going in to go back onto the first corner. But this is going to be quite taking the perfection. We'll be taking a lot of slight risks to get. Now that was a very good formation, that this is definitely might be quite come in handy to see every drivers will might be need that first turn to keep it well clean and simple. Iron Firefly 69 is going in to catch up to the rest, but this is going to be quite getting better to see how his Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG is going to be quite going on to take one few chance to catch up. It looks like Toad's ascent is going to slow down, and this is going to be going in onto 13th place. W2 Tiger Boys is going to be keep it in to take that understeer pressure, and this is going to be taking the best ways to keep it going to deal with the Ferrari 458 Italia. It's going to be quite getting closer to see it. An FF Group 4 car is taking the action to catch up to the mid-engine Group 4 car. It's going to be quite getting closer it takes. And looks like I'm just storming in onto 11th place to be catched up to W2 Tiger Boys. And this is going to be quite see here, and Y_3_95 is going in to defend his position. W2 Tiger Boys is going to be taking a lot of good slipstream to raise up the acceleration to take plenty of good understeer countering effect, that this is going to be quite taking some few assistance will might be getting in to do it. Taking on that final turn is going to be quite going in, and it looks like Stark Wolf _ is taking the penalty by 0.5 seconds to be shown in the far distance. This is going to be quite interesting to have a surprising check to see it. Ignoring the track limit is going to be quite tough out there folks, so we have to be very careful. Now looks like this is going to be good to see how QJ Hawk 92 took the new fastest lap time for 1 minute and 37.546 seconds. Now that was a pretty good impressive record run for him, that he is going to keep up to be in first place to be in the lead. He will do perfectly for his running skills to do it best folks, but his moment is going to be taking a good chance to be in the first place to be onto the podium. And looks like Cake Muncher 777 is going in second place. He's going to catch up to QJ Hawk 92's leading position. Is going to be quite very slightly in to be taking some few gap distance to be going up ahead. It looks like Richter is 1990 in third place is going to be having a hard time to see how several opponents is definitely might be catch up to him. This is going to be taking the few advantage to be in determined to see which one of the drivers is going in onto third place. Rick Gears 1990 is going to be keep it going to be well defended in for having a lot of few gap distance to be on the space. But this is going to be quite coming in to see it there for having a small group folks. But it looks like one FR, one MR, and two FF Group 4 cars with two Audi TT Cup, and looks like this is going to be quite good to see how Sir Allman 87 just definitely got that 0.5 seconds onto the penalty. This is going to be quite getting in to see how two Audi TT Cup cars are now going in to do everything they could, because this is definitely like a duo who really wants to stay together, and it looks like taking a little slow attempted recovery, and RGF X100 and R4M_ Bubbles is coming in to storm the massive group rush. Is going to be quite giving the ways to catch up. This is going to be quite taking the struggle folks. Looks like Sir Allman is definitely might be going in onto the penalty line to be slowing down to decelerate, but this might take a few cars will be given a chance to go in. Sir Allman 87 is definitely might be back on the run, and this is going to be quite taking some few counter steering effect. It's going to be quite going in, and oh man, there it goes folks, there it goes. Y_395 is off the track, and now he is back onto the tarmac to take that short recovery. Now it's going to be quite getting in to see it. Only 4 cars is going to be quite taking the struggle because I'm on the scene, and this is going to be quite taking a few chase wheel might be going on the rush. Taking some few counter steering for oversteer group 4 cars will might be deal with the understeer group 4 car is going to be quite very challenging it could get. But these two are actually going to catch up to the one Audi TT Cup car where I'm in 11th place. This is going to be given the ways to catch up onto Sir Allman 87's current position. It is going to be quite taking a few chase to be going in. Now it's going to be quite having a fierce battle for only 2 FF Audi TT Cup car to take one separate battle by 2. It is going to be quite taking the risk to be going on. Now it looks like this is going to be quite to see how W2 Tiger Boys is now going to be stay well defended. I successfully taking on the overtake on Sir Allman 87's current position. Now it's time to catch up onto RGF X100 and W2 Tiger Boys by 7th and 6th place. This is going to be quite taking the hard turns to be approaching in onto the second corner. This is going to be quite giving the tight squeeze to push it up onto the length. RGF X100 is taking on in 6th place. W2 Tiger Boys is going to be finding a way to take that understeer turns to take the advantage, but it's going to be quite tougher it takes to do it. The two has successfully stayed on track to keep it well maintained. The battle is continues on to be on for the conclusion. Now taking on for that next turn, just going to have to keep it in to stay on the apex. The 2 drivers are still battling out between Porsche and Audi. It is going to be quite given a few chance to do between the oversteer and understeer car. It is going to be quite competitive to drive faster it takes. Taking a good grip for having a 1 standard tire use is going to be quite very important. And this is definitely might be giving my turn, and this is going to have a double trouble for Chevrolet Corvette to deal with 2 Audi TT Cup 2016. It is going to be quite taking the edge to be going on to deal with 2 cars in the same original livery variant. It is going to be quite taking the few ways to go through. Now RG is definitely might be going into the pits, so he will might be get back onto the current position as soon as possible. This will might be getting a good chase for UDRS in Sport Tech. Will go faster it takes to go for 1 oversteering effect to take the counter steering. Will be taking the inside to go through. This is all about taking the struggle for only 1 car to deal with 2 Audis is definitely might be very important to take that struggle to be well determined. But it's going to be quite taking some few companies is definitely might be given a time to get in. But it's going to be getting a little bit closer. W2 Tiger Boys is now definitely might be stay on the line of defense. It's going to be taking some few understeer, while the oversteer Group 4 car is going to be quite taking the turns to keep it well patient up to be given a lot of moment to take. Just going to have to keep holding on the grip, but this is going to be taking a lot of spare horsepower that this boat might be currently well remain in only lap number 6. Looks like this is going to be good to see how W2 Tiger Boys is going into the pits. And looks like Aviolio 3000 is now going in to catch up to be on to the current position in to go by the pits. This one might be taking the different compound tires, that this one might be getting ready to switch up to be getting back in. It's going to be very excited for InSport Tech to be in 5th place. We might be keep it going. It looks like Frites 311 is going forward to take the 5th place leading current position is going forwards. But that wheel might be taking a good standard run to have the ways between Chevy and Porsche is going to be quite taking the battling in to have different drivetrains to be getting in for having a one good oversteering effect to be going in to take that faster length it goes. It looks like Arbor and Bubbles is now going in onto 7th place. Y395 is definitely might be catching up onto the current position to be onto the top row of the position is going to be quite getting in a hard time, and it looks like SGT Paul Airborne is going in onto 8th place. This is going to be quite getting impressive to see how challenging drivers could probably getting in to get through, for every few other drivers are still trying to catch up on it. Now it's going to be quite taking a few times to be going onto the pits, but still got plenty enough grip, but this wheel might be needed to take it nice and slow. But if possible that this wheel might have to take the pit stop, it's going to be quite giving the important ways to get situated that this wheel might be needed for. Just going to have to pull the brakes and then let our Bubbles wheel might get passed through. Now it's going to be taking a lot of our techniques before one driver is going to be getting in onto the pits. But this wheel might be important, trying not to do any collision whenever the driver is about to be going to the pits. Now, hope this wheel might be stay on for the Racing Medium compound tires wheel might be getting in, and take some spare fuel will be needed to take much effort to take. Now it's going in onto the bottom position is going to be quite getting switched up to be in 16th place. Now I'm back in action, and lap number 8 is going forward to continuing on. Now onto the top 3 position. Looks like this is going to be quite getting into continuation, is going to be quite getting concluded. Cake Muncher 777 is now still in 2nd place while he's catching up onto QJ Hawk 92s in 1st place. But that was going to be quite very incredible to see how the far distance is going to be giving a hard time to catch up to him. It's going to be quite very tough to see how Cake Muncher 777 is going to stay well defended in 2nd place, while QJ Hawk 6092 is still takes the lead to do wherever he could, because his race could be his favorite course is going to be quite very good to see it. But that wheel might be doing the best ways to keep it well going, to have that kind of an opportunity. Wheel might be given a well endorsed. Now it's going to be, he might be getting a hard time to catch up onto the current drivers, but this is going to be taking the long lineup whenever there's going to be having some few tire changes is going to be quite going in. But this is going to be quite all good for now. But this race is about to get pretty heated up to be given the time for. So meanwhile, Y_395 is definitely in the pits, and Sir Almond 87 is about to be going on to 16th place. Will might be needed to catch up, but this is going to be taking that first turn is going to be quite strategizing it can get. But I hope it could probably have the GR Super race car could probably join the action. It's going to be quite taking a lot of conclusion to have everything to take for several Toyota cars could probably willing to be part of the race. But let Lexus to do the substitute work, and oh man, there it goes folks. It looks like Iron Butterfly 69 just barely got hit on the barrier. This wheel might be taking that one short recovery to be dropped down onto 16th place. But this is going to be taking a long ways to go for the comeback for InSport Tech. It is going to be quite getting in. Just going to have to catch up onto SGT Paul Airborne in 13th place in the Lexus RCF Group 4. But this is going to be quite getting a long length of the run. It is going to be quite getting faster it takes. But this is definitely might be quite getting on for having a lot of inside turns to do perfection to have a one cornering effect to be getting in. But that course over there onto the rear, the Red Bull Ring is definitely might be having his best course to be well performed. But he can nose all the corners, but he can do everything he could. But this is definitely might be his favorite course, could be having the time for the moment. Just gonna get very close to pass by him. Just gonna make one opening spot will might be catching up before approaching in onto the first turn. He could probably take the possible ways to get through onto the safe apex curve to be going right in. And this one might be pushing on to 12th place. And this is going to be quite good to see how Sir Alman 87 has that penalty mark on the red. I hope he can probably be on the way to the next penalty line to slow down to decelerate. Now it looks like RGF X100 is definitely might be going in to catch up to the other current drivers. He is now in 11th place, but this is definitely might be going to catch up onto DB_22_ Racing in 10th place. This is going to be quite taking a few oversteer effect to be catching up, where only Porsche and BMW is going to be taking on for the action. Lopto's Ascents in the McLaren 650S Group 4 is going to stay well defended. It's going to be quite getting in to have FR and MR will be getting back in to be well catching up on the run is going to be quite taking in. And meanwhile, Kate Muncher 777 in the pits, changing up the different compound tires is going to be quite getting situated to be used for the racing soft tires. It's going to be getting prepared to change them up. But it's going to get very slightly in for, and RGF X100 is going back to take one more pit stop remaining. This is definitely might be given a cue call to be getting in for. It looks like Brightsys 311 is about to be going in to have the racing car compound tires to be well selected. Coming out to the pits for only just a few seconds, and this is going to be giving his best time to be back on the run. Only 5 more laps to go, folks. This race is going to be quite very good to take plenty more distance to be well made to earn. It's going to be quite very longer it takes to try to keep the handling grip to be keep it well smooth. But it's definitely might be good for today's weather. It's going to be quite good to have a bright sunny day with a nice evening condition is quite going well. It looks like this is going to be quite seeing the ways to do it, and Okia Cali Texan is in 3rd place with his Jaguar F-Type Group 4. He's going faster to catch up onto Cape Muncher 777. Is going to be taking the long length to be going in. And QJ Hawk 92 is still takes the lead. He can probably keep it up to do better he could, because taking the total length of the gap distance when I'm in 11th place is 36.722 seconds up ahead of his current lead. That is going to be quite very good to see how he can do it. Taking a lot of faster work he can get, but he can take plenty of open gap distance space from behind. Will be going in to take a better skills to do it. Now it's going to be quite getting in onto the lap number 12. It's going faster. Will might be getting in to take plenty of spare amount of the tire grip to be keep it well pressuring up on it. Only 4 more to go. This race is about to get very situated to be getting in to have the turns to be going in onto the first and second turns. Taking the long lineup is going to be giving the long chase for everybody. It's going to be quite getting weighted to get. Here comes the second turn. It's going to be pulling in onto the brakes, and several drivers who have marked the penalty to be on the red is going to be forced to be slowed down for only just a few seconds. It's going to be taking a good chance for every driver who really wants to be on different positions. Going in onto the third turn to be going onto the inside. Abby Yo-Yo 3000 is now definitely might be keep it going forward to be in 9th place. His Hyundai Genesis Group 4 is going to be taking a lot of oversteering counter effect to be taking the turns to be going right step onto the apex. Is going to be taking the best ways to get back onto his current position. Is going to be taking a long time. It looks like Loctos Ascents in the McLaren 650S Group 4 is going to keep fastering up to the much few runs. Is going to be quite getting closer to take the final turn. It looks like 2 drivers are now going into the pits, and this is going to be giving the few chance for the InSport Tech Chevy Corvette C7 is going to be stepping in onto 7th place. this is going to be quite getting closer for only 3 more to go. Tires about to be getting a little bit low for only a few seconds. Just going to have to take plenty more durability to be taken well maintained. And it looks like Real Daddy T is coming in on 7th place. And it looks like Y_3_95 in 8th place to be passing in onto my current position. That's going to be quite taking a lot of few upper hands for each driver who can really wants to be onto the middle position. Is going to be quite very challenging. A lot of scratches out there for every race, folks, but only few who is lucky enough to have a good clean effect that this wheel might be well performed. Can I say that small scratches is going to be quite taking the few checks to be taking in to take well performance to keep it well stabilized to be maintained. Now the fuel is at 25%, and this is going to be quite getting in to take much effort to take to hold on, but it's going to be getting close. Start Whoop underscore in 9th place to be passing in, and now he is going to catch up to Y_3_95, and this is going to be quite good to see how his Ford Mustang is going to step in to take the action. This is going to be quite getting in to take one more pit stop to be well remain. Just use it wisely, folks. It's going to be quite very hard to get, but if possible, just going to continuing on, and this will might be do the rest. We'll be getting in to take a lot of you endurance to be keep it well hold. Now it's going to be giving the one few distance onto start whoop for having that penalty to be marked on by ignoring the track limit. It's going to be taking a lot of hard turns to be in onto the first corner. This is going to be getting in onto DB22 Racing to be stepped up to be going forward if it can. Now going in onto the second turn, this is going to be getting a lot of good slightly for start whoop to be getting passed through to be forced to decelerate onto the penalty line. This will might give a slow down time. We'll take one good run to get back in. Taking on that third turn. Y_395 is now definitely might be catching up onto start whoop to be currently in to catch up. And this is going to be giving a lot of tire pressure and grip on the front tires for the Chevy Corvette C7. Is going to be getting a hard time to be getting passed through. Cape Muncher 777 is going back onto the pits for only one time per use, and Kuj Hawk 92 in first place in the lead to be getting in onto a compact theory to be taking one last chance to be on the rush. It looks like Alcala Cali Texan in second place to be catching up on it. Now that is going to be quite doing good out there to see it, but this is definitely might be taking on for only lap number 15 to take one more remaining. But QJ Hawk 92 is going to be catching up. Will might be taking a lot of fastest ways to be getting through. 32 seconds is going to be giving his best distance time when I'm in 10th place to be given a well comparison to check on for it. Just gonna have to check for the length of distance, but he is going faster it can, folks. He can do it whenever he has to take one good leading spot to take the gold trophy. Now it's gonna be getting closer because the tire pressure is about to be getting low for only 25% remaining. Y_3_95 is about to be slowed down by the penalty line for only 0.5 seconds. He is back on the run to be catch up onto Pritis 311. This is going to be getting in onto a one length of the distance to be taking on for the struggle. Taking one steady turn is going to be keep it well pressurized, is going to be taking a lot of hard work. But this is going to be quite taking a long length of the time to be going in. It looks like QJ Hawk 92 has already made it to the final lap. He is going to have a first place victory for his win, folks. He can probably do it. And looks like Y395 is slowing down by getting off the track. This is definitely might be taking a lot of tire check to be keep it well monitored, but it's going to be quite slightly closer it can get. This is going to be quite getting better for Chevy Corvette to take 9th place to be in the current position. It's going to be quite getting harder it takes to see here. DB22 Racing is going on to 10th place. Now, few other drivers has already made it to the final lap of lap number 16. This is going to be quite getting closer, folks. This race is about to be over soon. Cake Muncher 777 is still actually keep it going, and this is going to be quite good to see it. Ocala Cali Texan in 3rd place is going to be taking the long chase to catch up to Cake Muncher 777's current position. And DB22 Racing in the BMW M4 passes Chevy Corvette C7 is going on after the first turn to be successfully well performed. This is going to be quite very challenging for Chevy Corvette in Sport Tech to catch up onto DB22 Racing in the BMW M4. This is going to be quite getting closer to the final turn for QJ Hawk 92. Taking last step of the turn is going to take the final stretch, and looks like he has finally made it, folks. QJ Hawk 92 has finally made it first place of round 8 of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Manufacturer Series. He has successfully won the race. QJ Hawk 92 has finally won the race, folks. This is going to be quite very impressive to have a lot of skill effort to take. What an impressive race out there, folks. What the most epic race we've been enjoyed for having a lot of you handling skills to keep it well endured. But this is going to be quite very good to see it. That race is all about taking a lot of action. It's going to be taking a lot of turns to be well performed. Now it's going to be quite good to see how everybody has finally made it to the finish line. That was quite very impressive to take. Now it's going to be quite taking that penalty for 20 seconds is going to be changed up automatically. But it's going to be quite better, but we will always have to race carefully to try not to make any full contact to take. Now it's going to be quite good to have the fastest driver for Chevrolet for only one Corvette to be in the lobby, but this is going to be quite taking some few pressuring up skills to keep it up. Now this is going to be quite good to have 14th place for having some good earnings. And now this is going to be good to see how QJ Hawk 92 has finally made it in first place. But looks like I'm congratulating for him for his win with his Honda NSX Group 4. This is going to be quite very good to be taking a good mid-engine race car to keep going faster it takes. Now it's going to be quite good to see how SGT Paul Airborne is giving me a quick apology. Well, SGT Paul Airborne, apology has been accepted. Just going to have the best time for keep it going for having a one good competition race, but there's going to have several drivers who have the penalty to be marked on the red by ignoring the track limits, so we just definitely might be given the best ways to race respectfully. But it was a very good race, so hope this is going to be quite getting on for the next round is going to be prepared. The next round of the 3rd season of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series is going to be at Mount Panorama for a Group 4 race. Looks like the end of January is getting near. Now it's time to be ready to move on in February. Alright folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads, and the links in the description down below if you want to see more. Library blog videos are available to watch anytime you want. This will be the entertainment showcase about different cars with libraries I have been made. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for continuing on in the Manufacturer Series on Gran Turismo Sports, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay clean.